You're welcome in the 14th chapter of Yoga with Pradeep Singh. From today's video onwards, I'm going to start a series of asanas, and I have divided this series of asanas into three parts. The first part will be the compilation of basic level of asanas, second will be intermediate level of asanas, and third will be the advanced level of asanas. I have spent years of my life to synchronize these asanas as per their level of approach. So, if some asanas are easy to approach, I have kept them in the category of basic level of asanas. In some asanas, if you need a proper practice, I have kept them in the category of intermediate level of asanas. And some asanas that are very tough to deal with, I have kept those asanas in advanced level. So this is the way I have synchronized all these asanas. And these asanas are collection of ancient asanas which were invented 5,000 years back. And I have also included modern asanas. Modern asanas just have an age of 100 years or more than 100 years. Let me make one thing very clear to you. I'm not going to just pick a few asanas, and by performing those asanas, I'm not going to ask you to perform those asanas. No, yoga does not work that way. Like we have other subjects, we have maths, we have physics, we have chemistry, we have biology, we have English, we have other language like Hindi. In every language, there is a process. First, you learn alphabets. From alphabets, you learn making words. And when you learn words, then you learn sentence construction. And after learning sentence construction, you learn how to write a passage in that particular language. And then on the basis of regular hard work and following the process, you become apt in that language, and then you say that yes, I have command over that language or that subject. The same way yoga works. In yoga also you need to work on basics. Then once you are done with the basics, then you move to intermediate level and then to advanced level. There is a process, because yoga is also a subject, yoga is also an art, and yoga is also a kind of science. So as you follow rules and regulations in other subjects, in other languages, the same thing you have to do with yoga if you want to get maximum benefits from yoga, or if you want to understand yoga. I give you an example. When we were in our mother's womb, the first form we had was fetus. From fetus to grow into a full-fledged baby, it takes 9 months. And there is a particular process. First, our heart develops, then our senses develops, and then our limbs develops, then our spine develops. This way, in 3 trimester, every trimester is a period of 3 months, we develop in a full-fledged baby. And when we come out of our mother's womb, there are few things we learn. We learn language. We learn how to understand our body and how to start walking, running. And fourth, we learn how to eat. So first, how we learn to run or to walk. First, when baby is born, it lies down on its back, because baby's body is not strong enough to sit or to stand or to run. Then doctor asks the parents to make baby lie down on its tummy, that is called prone position, so that baby should start practicing lifting its head with the strength of its cervical. Then in the beginning 2 or 3 weeks, baby goes through a lot of struggle to lift its head. And when it learns lifting its head, then its cervical becomes stronger. After learning how to lift its head properly in prone position, doctor asks parents to make baby sit on its pelvic floor. What is the pelvic floor? Pelvic floor is the base of your spine and hip muscle. Okay, once baby learns how to sit properly, baby's torso becomes stronger. Baby's spinal cord becomes stronger. Baby's vertebrae become stronger. Then baby is made to crawl on its limbs so that its limbs also start working. Once baby starts crawling, that baby is asked to stand on its feet so that its feet become strong enough to its legs become strong enough to hold its body weight. Once baby is able to balance on both feet, baby starts walking slowly, then walking properly. Then a time comes when baby starts running, and that small baby becomes an adult after a few years. This is the process. We develop into a full-fledged human being from a fetus. In the same way, the first thing when the baby comes out from its mother's womb, doctor pats its back or its pelvic floor. Why? So that baby should cry. And the moment baby cries, that cry helps that baby to inhale oxygen properly so that its lungs work properly. The second thing baby is made to do is sucking. It starts sucking its mother's milk. Okay, why? Because sucking helps in developing brain. So second thing, baby learns sucking so that its brain gets developed. Third thing, after 6 or 7 months, baby is taken through a ceremony that is called rice feeding ceremony. Rice is very easy to chew, so baby learns how to chew rice. So from here, chewing process starts, so that baby's digestive system becomes stronger. After 1 year of baby's birth, baby starts eating other form of meals. This is the way from birth till the proper chewing of meal starts. This is the way baby starts giving nutrition to its body. It takes 1.5 to 2 years, 2 years of baby's life. And on the other hand, the first thing baby learns creating sounds. Okay, once it starts creating sound, then it is made to pronounce few alphabets. Then the baby learns how to construct words and how to make sentences, then how to learn particular subject or language. And for that, baby first goes to kindergarten. In kindergarten, it is first time baby leaves the four walls of its house and it gets exposure to the outer world. From kindergarten, education process starts. Nursery, kg, then first grade, second grade, third grade, then 10th grade, 12th grade. And this way the baby starts learning particular different subjects, different different languages. And this is the way the language process starts developing. When there is a particular process in everything since our birth, so how can not there be a process when we are learning yoga? Because yoga is also a science, yoga is also an art. How can we just randomly choose few asanas, and by performing those asanas without knowing what is the history of those asanas, what are the benefits, what are the precautions we have to take, what are the dangerous aspect of those asanas? Are those asanas basic asanas, intermediate asanas, advanced level of asanas? Without knowing all these things, how can we perform yoga? We cannot. What will happen if you will ask a newborn baby to run? Will that baby run? No. What will happen if you will ask a newborn baby to eat pizza? That baby will die. What will happen if you make a newborn baby to speak out in the language that the parents speak? Does it work that way? No, it does not work that way. So, how can in yoga suddenly I can choose some random asanas, and by performing those asanas, I can say that I'm doing yoga? No, yoga does not work that way. There is a particular process of performing yoga, and the same thing I'm going to do. So let me tell you what we are going to do in the first series of asana, that is called basic asanas. Let let me make one thing very clear to you. Even in the basic level, I am going to give you a lot of word spoken explanation because we need it, because series of basic asana is a base for learning advanced and intermediate level of asanas. So unless I'll give you a detailed description of each and every asana, how will you come to know? And how will you come to know that this asana, what are the benefits, what are the disadvantage, and as per your body composition, as per your age, your weight, your height, should you approach that asana or not? Because you are not meant to do every asana. You just make it very clear in your mind that all the asanas, I have collection of 7,000 asanas, so you're not going to do all those 7,000, 8,000 asanas. You will have to choose the asanas that your body needs. I've already told in my past videos that there are 5 elements your body depends on: flexibility, strength, stamina, balance, and body rhythm, body language, body beautification. So, as per your body requirement, if you are stiff, you have to more focus on flexibility based asanas, balance based asanas. If you are very weak, you have to work on strength based asanas. If you are very strong, you have to work on flexibility based asanas. If your body symmetry is disturbed, you have to work on balance based asanas. So this is the way you will have to decide which all asanas you have to do and which all asanas you have to keep aside. How will you come to know this? For that, you will have to first understand the base of the asanas. So for that, the basic level of asanas, you will have to go in detail, and that is what I'm going to do. It will be 60% word spoken explanation and only 40% practical. And when we'll move to the intermediate level of asanas, then it will become 50% explanation and 50% practical. And if we learn the basic asanas properly and intermediate asanas properly, will become so apt that in advanced level you don't need any word spoken explanation. There will be hardly 10 to 20% of word spoken explanation in advanced level, and the most of the advanced level of asanas will be on practical level, 80 to 90%. So this is the way things work. I have spent years of my life to design all these asanas this way. So we are going to start from today onwards some asanas. So let's do some asanas today, and I'll give you a detailed discussion of those asanas. Let's go for it. So the first asana we are going to learn today is called prayer pose. It is said in yoga that yoga starts with prayer pose and ends on shavasana, corpse pose. That is also called supine position, zero gravity position, or non-gravity position. Okay, so how you are going to perform prayer pose? However, in my previous videos also I have performed prayer pose. When in those videos I was teaching sun salutation, because sun salutation starts with prayer pose. So it is very important asana, and it is basic asana, very simple to perform. So I give a lot of importance to it, and I'll also tell you the history of this asana. So for performing prayer pose, you have to keep your feet together. Make sure that there should not be slightest gap between your feet. Your feet should be properly intact together. However, if you have two medical conditions, one is called knee valgus. Knee valgus is a medical condition in which your knees bend inward while you are straightening your legs. So in that case, your knees are like this. So that is called knee valgus. If you have medical condition of knee valgus, then according to your comfort, you can keep some gap between your feet. So main thing you have to keep in consideration is that your knees should not join together. There should be some gap between your knees. And except that the same thing is applicable if you have flat feet. So if you have flat feet, even in that case, you can keep some gap between your feet. Okay, but if you don't have any issue of flat feet or knee valgus, then please keep your feet together without any gap between. Okay.